The Republic of Consciousness Prize for the US and Canada shortlist has been announced today, and I have successfully avoided the internet so far so that I can react live to the shortlist with you here now. I have read the full long list, and let me tell you, this literary prize is like no other. These books are incredible, different. You're not gonna see books like this on a lot of the literary prizes out there. So if you wanna stick around and hear what the short list is, I'll get to that in just a moment. But first, let's run through that long list again, just so each of these books can have one last moment in the sun as a full long list. First up, we have Two Sherpas by Sebastian Martinez Daniel. This is translated by Jennifer Croft and published by Charco Press. It's a novel about two Sherpas who are on an expedition up Mount Everest, and the Englishman that they are accompanying or guiding up the mountain has just fallen over a ledge. Then we have Your Love Is Not Good by Johanna Hedva. This is published by And Other Stories. This is a novel narrated by an unnamed painter, portrait artist who is struggling majorly, financially, emotionally, mentally, and is about to embark on her big break in the art world when another artist calls for a major boycott of all galleries and museums that make above a certain amount of money. And of course, the gallery that our narrator is about to have a big show in is on that list. Then we have Cross Stitch by Yasmina Barrera, translated by Christina McSweeney. This is published by Two Lines Press. This is the story of three friends, three girls who grow up together in Mexico City, but it opens when the women are adults and the narrator has just found out that one of the three friends has just drowned. And it's really a story of their friendship, but also a story about embroidery and cross stitch and the importance and meaning in a lot of artwork that's traditionally seen as women's work. Then we have Breaking and Entering by Dawn Gilmore. This is published by Biblioasis, and this is the story of Bee, who's a wife, mother, and art gallery owner, and who has just turned 50, and she's dealing with a lot of big things in her life. And in order to escape those big things, she takes up the art of amateur lockpicking. Next up, we have Lojman by Ebru Ocean, and it's translated by Erin Aji and Selin Goksesu. This is published by City Lights Books, and this is the story of a mother and her three children who live in a rural region of Turkey. It opens when the mother is giving birth to her third child in a snowstorm at home, and the father and husband has disappeared. No one knows where he is, and it pretty much just turns into an intense, wild pressure cooker situation from there. Next up, we have The Sorrows of Others by Ada Zhang, and this is published by Public Space Books. These are short stories, and they are pretty much all the stories of different families, multiple generations of families that are Chinese or Chinese American. These are all generations of families after the Cultural Revolution in China, and a lot of the stories are about secrets, family secrets, and what it means to be an outsider, whether it's in a community or even within your own family. Then we have The Birthday Party by Laurent Mauvignier. This is translated by Daniel Levenbecker, and this is published by Transit Books. This is the story of a family and their neighbor who live in a tiny, tiny little hamlet in France, and the husband of this family is planning his wife's 40th birthday party when three strangers arrive, and events get explosive and intense and violent from there. This is a great literary thriller. Then we have The Box by Mandy Suzanne Wong. It's published by Grey Wolf Press, and this is a puzzle of a book that's set in a snowy, unnamed city and follows a mysterious box as it changes hands throughout this snowy city. Then we have Landscapes by Christine Lai. This is published by $2 Radio, and this is a story of Penelope, who is living in an old country estate in England and in a time of climate catastrophe, and she is desperately trying to catalog the contents of this estate's art collection before the house is set to be demolished. And finally, we have The Long Form by Kate Briggs. This is a novel about a mother, Helen, and her baby, Rose. Helen is desperately trying to get Rose to fall asleep. Rose is only 6 weeks old, and as Helen is trying to get Rose to fall asleep, a delivery arrives on Helen's doorstep, and it's a novel, specifically The History of Tom Jones by Henry Fielding. And it follows Helen and Rose across their day as Helen continues to try to get Rose to fall asleep and reads from Tom Jones. The long form by Kate Briggs is published by Dorothy, a publishing project. Last week, I shared my personal shortlist. If I happen to be the one in charge, what would I pick? And I'll link to that video below so you can get a full description of each of these books. But as a reminder, before we find out what the actual shortlist is, my personal shortlist is The Box, Lojman, The Long Form, Two Sherpas, and Landscapes. And I could honestly probably put together an argument for any of these novels of why they should be shortlisted. So we'll see. Let's see what happens. What should I call you? My assistant?
Call me boss.
That won't work. Okay, my handsome assistant. My hidden assistant. My disembodied assistant is ready and waiting to read the shortlist. All right? You know and I don't know. You know already. Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay, first one.
The Long Form.
My favorite. My favorite. Yes. All right. The Long Form by Kate Briggs. All right. We've predicted one at least. Okay. Woo! Okay. Okay. Next. Okay, go for it.
Two Sherpas.
2 out of 5. All right. 2 for 2. Is that what I should say? 2 for 2? Because it's two listed. 2 for 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Two Sherpas by Sebastian Martinez Danielle, translated by Jennifer Kraft.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Next.
ready?
Yeah.
The Birthday Party.
Oh, my honorable mention. This wasn't on my personal list, but it was my honorable mention. The Birthday Party by Laurent Mauvignier, published by Transit Books. Okay.
Next. Lojman.
Yes! Okay, all right. I did predict this one. Lojman. Yay, by Abru Ojen. This is translated by City Lights Books. Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
Finally. Are you ready? Last one.
Yeah.
Is The Box.
Yes! Oh my god! The Box by The Box by Mandy Suzanne Wong. This is published by Grey Wolf. That means I predicted 4 out of 5, and The Birthday Party was my honorable mention. Whoa.
So you're
That's pretty good.
So all 5 were in your top 6.
Yeah. That is so interesting. All right. Here's the short list, everybody. The winner will be announced at the end of March. So what I want to do between now and then is maybe share with you all a little bit more about each of these publishers, since the Republic of Consciousness Prize is not just about the individual books that are honored on the long list and the short list. It's really a lot about the small presses that put out these amazing works of high literary merit. So that's what I want to do next. If you come back and join me in my next few videos, I will share a bit more about each of these amazing publishers, because they really all are so fantastic. I am thrilled with this shortlist. If you have not yet read any of the books on the shortlist, I highly recommend checking them out, especially if you are really in the mood for something different. A lot of these are fairly experimental, if not all of them, have something really unique about each of them. So if you are open to reading something that you have not read before, something that you've not seen in literature before, check out this shortlist, because you're going to find some really interesting stuff to think about. My name is Sarah. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.